you? No, you just leave it on your like.
Oh, but I want to hold it. Damn.
All right, thank you, Nigel, for coming today.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. No problem.
So, what was the hardest part about being a part of this acting journey?
For me personally, I mean, this is my house, so it was hard to wake up on time and answer their door. So that was just one factor. But the main thing, I'd probably say being on camera, being comfortable, because I'm a pretty introverted person. I don't have much on camera work or camera experience, so just getting comfortable and having a camera in my face, you know, not looking at it was probably the toughest thing for me to learn.
Y'all smell this? What? EJ? Layla? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. What would Jesus do? Jesus would pray. Why would you do that? Like, I just, oh Lord Jesus, I just became a single mom, and now you're gonna make me lose the kid.
All right, thank you, Desmond, for coming in today. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. How was it working with the cast? Me, myself, and Marcus and Gray. How was it?
I mean, you know, well, first I would say, like, it was a sacrifice, of course, to wake up early in the morning to come here. But once I got to know everybody, their work ethic, you know, it was great. Honestly, I felt that I actually could be around people that had the same type of experience that I had. So, with that being said, that like I really was able to grow within like the whole set, film, and whatnot. So.
That makes sense. Okay. What would you say was the most fun part for you?
Definitely the cast.
Thank you, Miles, for coming in today. What was the most fun part about this journey for you?
It's hard to pick one. I would have to say the interaction with my fellow castmates. It was a great experience to network and also just vibe and also just have a fun time making this project. I would say that was one of the top experiences and most fun I've had doing this whole put together.
Okay. And how was it working with the casting crew, working with Gray, Marcus, me, myself?
Oh my goodness, the crew, they were so, I love how dedicated they were to the work.
Thank you, Ayana, for coming today and answering these questions. What was the most fun part about this experience?
I'd say the most fun was probably when y'all had us do improv or like makeup scenes, because you really see everyone's creativity and like the skills they brought from the past, whether it's high school or other acting. It's really cool to see how funny everyone is.
Okay, thank you, Martasia, for coming in today and answering these questions. What's one thing that you learned about this acting journey?
One thing I learned would be what it means to really deliver my lines versus just saying them. I feel like a lot of the time when you're first getting a script, you just look at them as if like, okay, how am I gonna become someone? How can this really equate to what a person is feeling and thinking and acting actuality in a scene? So I think it's just bringing the words on the paper to life in a realistic way.
It looks good in the scene. You guys got people who are not talking, not just
Thank you, Natty, for coming in today. What was the most fun part about working with this short film and this journey?
I feel like the most fun part was just getting to know everyone and seeing how we mesh with each other and how we worked with each other and seeing like their personality and some of the outings that we had and just rehearsal time in general was just like good times.
Okay, and what was the hardest part about this for you?
For me, it would have been just learning my lines because I never really had to do anything like this, so this was kind of out of my comfort zone. But other than that, it was pretty smooth.
Okay. All right, thank you, Keyshawn, for coming in and answering these questions. So the first question I have is, what's one thing you learned in this acting journey?
One thing I would say I learned in this acting journey is, I would say sacrificing, being patient, and really once I got around others that was taking it serious too, it really helped me tap in and even go deeper within myself to do better and be better as a person.
Key takeaways for this film. And I'd say one, right? This was a project that took a lot of hard work, a lot of collaboration. It's not easy by any means to get a group of people together, get everyone familiar with their role, their characters, the history behind it, the direction in which the film is going. It's just a lot of hard work, a lot of creativity. So if you're a creative, know every project requires intentionality, hard work, but with the right people, the right energy, it can get done.
Thank you, Lily, for coming in today. What was the hardest part about this acting journey for you?
The hardest part would have to be the fact that I came in so late and like everybody else already knew what they were doing, and I don't know, it was just, I felt like I really had to like clutch up and catch up with everybody else, but it was still pretty good. I feel like I caught up in a good enough time.
Okay, what was the most fun part for you about this acting journey?
Getting to meet everybody, working with everybody. Everybody was so encouraging. So it was really just meeting everybody and then the little kikis we would have in between takes and
The kikis.
and practices. So yeah.
What was the most challenging part about directing us?
Well, that's a YouTube question right
Okay.
there. You can go first.
I would say the most challenging part is honestly as they got closer as a cast, when I'm trying to give direction but they're still stuck on a joke that happened 5 minutes ago. I would say that was the most challenging part, honestly, because I'm like, okay, now y'all comfortable with each other, I need y'all to listen. At first y'all was, all ears on me, now it's all ears on everybody else. So I think that was the most challenging directing part for me.
I would say for the people who I don't know really well, it would be getting to know their personalities and how it can play into their characters.
Okay, now opposite, what was the easiest part about directing us?
Would be the sense of community that came with it. It didn't really take a lot to have a lot of people bond with each other.
I'll double take on that. I'll say like as time and weekends go by, seeing each other, I feel like our bond got stronger, and we just got to know each other and feel more comfortable with each other. And that's like the easiest part, because people just love to connect people.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Okay, now I know it's hard to pick favorites, but do you have a favorite character or maybe a favorite line from a character in the film?
I have many from everybody, honestly.
My favorite character is Malcolm.
My favorite character, it's really hard to pick. I love when Raven speaks. I love when Edward speaks. I love when Clark speaks. Like, it's certain little instances and nuances that they all have that shows their character. Some embody their character to the point where it's like, no, that's you talking, that's not the character talking. So yeah, I don't really have a favorite, honestly.
I'll say the same thing. I love all characters. And just they have their own little personalities that come with them, especially with their own self and jumping with the character they have. What I mean? Just the little nicks and knacks they do trying to make their character grow. Like, they try to put the character onto themselves, so make them feel like they're the one in the actual films,